In this video, I'll go over an easy, simple, and efficient way to make candles in your house while you go about your daily business. And all you need to do so is some plastic cups, either large or small, some roofing nails, preferably broadhead, long enough to stick through the entire candle, and a candle wax warmer or melter, however you want to call it. The only primary details that you have to remember is that the plastic cups you use have to be polystyrene. The reason for that is polystyrene has a softening temperature, melting or softening temperature above the boiling point of water, which, as you should know, wax melts below the boiling point of water, so that makes plastic cups a relatively good candle mold that's readily available at your local store. And when you're purchasing the cup for the application, purchase whatever size cup about matches the size of candle you're wanting to make, and make sure on the bottom it says polystyrene. You can tell that by the recycling symbol on the bottom. It should have a 6 in the middle with PS on the bottom, which stands for polystyrene. Whatever size cup, only thing you should remember on those is that ones with a mirror finish make it a lot easier to remove the candle wax than ones that have a matte finish, because on a matte finish the wax likes sticking to the cup, so it makes it a little bit more difficult to pop them out of the cup. The nails, roofing nails preferably, broadhead, so you can stand them up in the bottom of the cup, and high enough that they stick up above the level that you're going to pour the wax. And the point of the nail is to make a wick channel, so that when the candle cools and hardens, you can pop it out of the cup and tap the nail out, and you have a candle blank that you can put in a wick anytime you want to. You can also use drywall screws or framing screws that have a flat top head set in just the same, and you take those out with a screwdriver. Pretty simple, quick, and easy. And finally, the candle warmer, which readily available at pretty much any store anymore. They sell them so you can put container candles on them and melt the wax to release the fragrance without having to burn them. You can either use wax harvested from half-burnt candles and junk wax and stuff, or if you already have a container candle sitting on it that the wick is falling over in it because it's been fully melted, and you don't want to string in a new wick and stuff, you can use that. Or if you've got new wax, you can break it up, throw the chunks in, and just throw them on the candle warmer, turn it on, walk away, come back later when it's fully melted. Let's say you walk by a couple hours later and see that all the wax is melted. Here's what you quickly do. Lay out a few cups, furnace, case, and put in nails sticking straight up on the bottom. In this example, I'm going to use 2 nails and 2 drywall screws. So I'll show how both are used. Take your wax, pour it in. And you're done. And you can go about your normal daily business again while they cool and harden. And you can come back and pop them out. Once they have cooled and hardened, then just pop them out of their molds. Then, if you've got nails in them, take a hammer out of the blunt object and just tap the nails out, pull them out. If you've got screws in them, take a screwdriver, or in this case an electric screwdriver, take the screws out. There you go. Simple as that. Now, if you want to take and put wicks in them right now, you can go ahead and do so and use them, or you can stack them back just like they are in a box in the basement for an emergency situation where you need them, and you can assemble them at the time you need them. Since assembly is so easy, it's pretty well easy to just throw them back like that with the appropriate wick that you'll use with them. And that is a simple emergency lighting supply that you can make pretty quick and pretty easy. You know, about the only way you could make anything any simpler during assembly is if you pre-wax the wick and cut it into lengths ready to use. That way all you have to do, put the wick in, light it, go. And an easy way to do that is just, of course, when you've got the melted candle wax, just dip it in, then stretch it out on a plastic surface. Put two weights on it to hold it straight and let it cool, then cut it into the appropriate size lengths. And of course, put your wick tabs on them at that time if you're going to use them. Like these wick tabs. Depends on your preferences whether you can put wick tabs on them or not. If you do not take and pre-wax your wicks, then when it comes time to use them, push the wick into place, to it sticking out the top, cut off the extra length, and take a little liquid wax from an already burning candle, dip on the wick to prime it and get it saturated, then light it like this, like a taper candle or a utility candle. Just light it, hold it over top the candle in question, that you already put the wick in. Just let it drip onto the wick. Saturate it, then light the wick. And you have a candle ready to go. And on the other hand, if you take and already have the wicks pre-waxed, stick the wick in place, take, light it, and go. Now it's so simple and easy that, as I said, you don't really have to assemble everything. Before you start out, just throw the wick in and light it whenever you need one. The cores can be stacked back in bulk without having to fidget out candle wicks and everything else. Heck, you can even pile back the cores before you even buy the candle wick. And once you buy the candle wick, then get it pre-waxed and cut into lengths. Or take and just throw the wick in dry in the box, and that way if you ever need it, you know you've got plenty of candles on hand.